Hello. What hello? Oh my goodness. Wait, no, is anybody leaving me? Oh, no. 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 Oh, I got 3. This one. Okay. Oh, I put you back here so that you have further to go. Now we get you some food. Kitten. Oh, no, Kitten. Oh my goodness. Oh, hi. Who's so excited for food? Let's see. Oh, I got things for you. Oh, they must be upstairs. Hello. How do you know you? Oh, there it is. There it is. Well, hi. So, hi. I know you're so wonderful. So, ooh, they love their snack. Big day. You know, every day is a big day here at Tiny Kittens HQ, but I have well, I'm sure most of you know that Cyrus and Pip are upstairs. Cyrus was not feeling so good. And so I'm giving him some fluids and things overnight. And then he's got a vet appointment in the morning. And hopefully he will be feeling better in the morning. But it'll probably take a couple days before he's back to his normal self. Dr. Ferguson was amazing and met me at the clinic, even with a Sunday night, and made sure that we were doing everything we can for him. And he had a pretty high fever, just an upper respiratory infection that has flared up, probably just from stress, the stress of going to a new home. And we did also have an air quality advisory because of all the wildfire smoke. So I wouldn't be surprised if that has something to do with it. And he seems to just have a much more severe reaction than a kitten would normally have. So Pip and Otto are also having a little mild symptoms, but for some reason Cyrus's symptoms got pretty severe. So thankfully Linda was on top of it and did everything she could, and so he's feeling much better, and he's gonna be fine. He just feels like poop. So anyway. So I'm being careful and sort of limiting contact with these guys, just because I don't want to spread anything. Although these guys were all exposed to everything, you never know. They were all pretty healthy when they were together, but there's always stress when cats or kittens move to a new place. It's totally no reflection on, nobody did anything stressful. There's nothing like that. It's just usual stress, and for some reason Cyrus is having an extreme reaction. So he doesn't look great just because his little nose is congested, so he's breathing through his mouth and his eyes are puffy, and he doesn't feel so good. But Pip is helping him out by chewing on his face and helping clean him after he gets his syringy foods. Pip is feeling pretty good. He has a little bit of a runny eye, and he's got a few little sneezes, and I think Otto has about the same thing. So they're both on eye meds, but pretty mild symptoms for those two. The girls are all fine, surprisingly. Izzy's doing great, and it looks like Eve and Rorals are doing fantastic. Another thing, of course, is that since they were all nursing, and they get maternal antibodies from nursing, so going from getting the antibodies and then going into a new home, and then the air quality advisories, they didn't want anyone even outside who had any sort of breathing problems or was older or younger or even pets, they were saying. So, and most of us don't have air conditioning here, and it was beastly hot. So there was really no choice for any of us but to have windows open. So certainly that all those things kind of coming together in the perfect storm. And Cyrus seems to be a little bit more of a delicate flower than the other palindromes. If you remember, after his neuter, he was affected more than any of the others. So I think he's just so I think Cyrus, you know how some humans are more sensitive to different things and more susceptible to, you know, migraines or allergies or whatever. I think it's the same with cats. So some are, you know, so I think some are just more delicate than others. Look at you. You're so cute. You're so cute. So, yeah, so, so Pip is being very helpful right now. It is definitely hard watching Cyrus mouth breathe, but he's actually doing much better than he was doing this morning. So I actually am feeling very relieved to see him the way he is now. He's giving it annoyed tail to Pip right now, so that's good. I will take his temperature again. It's probably been about 2 hours since I took it, so it's gone down. It was at it was at 106.2 at its highest, and it's now down, as of 2 hours ago, it was down to 104.9, so that's significant decrease. Yeah, so most cats that are stray, most of the cats that we get in the shelter have latent upper respiratory viruses, so like either herpes or calici or, you know, one of those things. Most cats have it, and in most cats it doesn't really show up, so you probably don't even know if your cat has it. And then in some cats it will flare up occasionally, triggered by stress or, you know, changes or, you know, whatever. If they get a different kind of sickness, it will flare up a little bit. So it's generally not a huge deal. It's just something that if it happens, you would just, you know, give them a little lysine and some extra hugs, and they're fine in a couple of days. But it's very, very common. It's just usually that the response is not so acute. So usually something like what Otto and Pip are having, which you can tell Pip's temperature is totally normal. He doesn't have a fever. He has a little bit of runniness in his eye. He was a tiny bit dehydrated, so he got some fluids. But other than that, you know, it's a few sneezes here and there. That's pretty normal. Maybe they'll be a little bit slowed down for a day or two. But so it's not so Cyrus is fairly acute. So it'll probably be a few days before he's feeling really great. But yeah, so many cats carry the viruses, and every cat, just like every human, is different. Just like humans, almost all carry the human herpes virus, the one that causes cold sores and that stuff, it's basically the same thing, right? So if you're a human and you get cold sores or fever blisters, those are often brought on by stress or too much sun exposure or whatever it is that triggers it. It's exactly the same thing. Some people get them much worse than others. Some people get them more frequently than others. It's just totally depends on the person. So oh, pet palindrome. He just wants his brother to play with him so badly. But Pip is totally fine. And Cyrus will be fine too. It's just he'll probably be feeling quite a bit better by morning. And it will just take a few days for him to be back to normal. It is hard to watch the mouth breathing for sure, but yeah, so Cyrus is getting treated with sub-Q fluids, significant amount of sub-Q fluids. He is getting eye ointment 3 times a day, which is antibiotic because the eye infection is bacterial. We can't do anything to treat the viral infection, the upper respiratory infection itself, because it's viral, except give lysine as a dietary supplement. And so he's getting that. And then because they don't feel good and they can't smell, and his eyes are pretty swollen right now, so he can't really see that well. He's not really wanting to eat. So I'm syringe feeding him just to make sure that he, continues to get the nutrition that his body needs to mount a defense. And of course, the fever is the body's way of killing the virus. So we just have to let that run its course, unfortunately. And mostly we provide supportive care, which is fluids and good nutrition and rest and, making sure his eyes are clean and all that stuff. And then we treat secondary bacterial infections with antibiotics. So he's getting antibiotic ointment for his eyes, and he's also on doxycycline as a systemic antibiotic. So treating him as much and as appropriately as we can, but really keeping him hydrated and nourished is really important. So that's why he's just here so that I can give him fluids throughout the night and just monitor. I wanted to monitor to make sure that his temperature didn't go up at all. And we talked about, and Dr. Ferguson was kind enough to call and give us the options, and obviously it's Linda's decision ultimately what she wants to do, but we sort of both felt like keeping the stress as low as possible and doing fluids and stuff like that here would be much less stressful than taking him to the emergency clinic and having him by himself in a cage all night long with strangers around him, and didn't seem like a super great option if I could provide essentially the same thing here. And thanks to Dr. Ferguson, she did drop everything and meet me and the kittens at the clinic and gave them exams and made sure that we had the best possible meds to go home with, and confirmed that his heart and lungs and everything else sound good, and that there's really nothing else we can be doing or should be doing, and that his temperature is going in the right direction, and that just keeping an eye on him and continuing to treat. We kind of came up with a plan for the next until morning, and then we have an appointment at 9 or early in the morning, not first thing in the morning. And we're going to meet Linda there with the kittens, and then we will see how he's improved over the night and come up with a plan for the next, day or 2 or 3, and go from there. So I know we were all sure worried about him, but Dr. Ferguson helped make us feel better, and it's a big relief to see him feeling better, and I know he misses his forever mama, and I know she misses him, so that's why I have a cam on them, so that she can check in and know that they're okay, because I know she was very worried. But these things happen, and there was absolutely nothing that she could have done differently. These things happen to kittens all the time, and they can come on really suddenly. They can get very severe very quickly. So kudos to Linda for being on top of it and for knowing that something was seriously wrong, and taking very quick action on a weekend, which is tough. So, and a huge thanks to Dr. Ferguson for opening up the clinic on a Sunday and making sure that there was nothing else going on that we needed to be concerned about. So anyway, I know, now Pip is being a pain in the butt, huh? But, so I was sleepy. But, what else? The girls are all doing fine for some reason. Izzy and Eve and Rora are good. Otto and Pip have little sniffles. These guys are obviously doing great. I was going to, though. Badger had a little bit of a runny eye earlier, and so I was going to give him some ointment for his eye. Because they've had, just like the palindromes had when we all had this eye funk since they were born, so. And sometimes it just stays at a low grade for a while, and it just has to run its course, unfortunately. And none of us like that, but we have to live with it and make the best of it. So we do, right? Oh, honey, you come here too. Let's see. Let's look at yours. You're so cute. Yes. This ointment stuff just keeps coming out. They all have a little tiny bit, so I'm just gonna. We were seeing if it would resolve on its own, but it's sort of just lingering, so I'm gonna do another little round. June and Katie is outsmarting. Oh, she's slowly sucking. You're so cute. But these guys are doing great. Aren't you so much cute? You are so cute. Oh, it's coming out. Okay, go on. Where's the lid? Before this all squirts out. What else? Forrest is doing great. It's certainly not her, she's not out of the woods yet, but she's really doing the very best she possibly could be doing, considering how horrible she was doing when she came in. And she's with Linda, foster mom Linda, who has lots of experience with feral kittens, but she is, we don't know if it's because she's so sick, or if, you know, she was so lonely and scared and feeling so bad and just is so happy to have comfort. But she's actually, you know, seeking out Linda's lap and really not behaving feral at all. So that's really great news. So very happy about that, because we were quite worried about her too. She was in really serious condition when she came in. So it's been quite a weekend for sick kittens, and it definitely takes a toll just worrying about them and stuff. So glad these guys are doing so great, and I will be able to spend more time with them tomorrow, hopefully. Okay. So I will check. I'm gonna do fluids for Cyrus before bed, which is, it's been about what, 2 hours? It's been 4 hours since his last fluid. We just have to. What we're trying to do is make up for a whole day's worth of hydration, and so giving him quite a bit of fluids. And rather than leaving him hooked up to an IV, I'm doing I can do sub-Q fluids here. I can't do IV fluids. There's a whole process and everything that's required for that with kittens, and so he would need to be, you know, at the clinic, or, you know, Dr. Ferguson sometimes takes home really sick kittens, but in this case, that was not, it was fortunately not necessary. So we just want to make sure he gets another couple of good doses of fluids in him, and then he should continue to improve. He's been eating really well from the syringe. He does get excited about the syringe food once he tastes it. It's just he's not smelling it, so, because he's all clogged up. So when it's offered to him, he doesn't really eat it on his own. So it's just like if you watch the Jungle Kittens, he's kind of like how sick Bubbles was. So so it's kind of crazy having so many feeds. Oh, and tomorrow also is internet install, which is very exciting. So lots going on. Lots of good things going on. Cisco has been enjoying the fact that I'm so busy today, because I've left her alone except to deliver foods very quickly and move the camera, and so I think she actually is quite enjoying that. She does tend to stay put in whatever safe spot she picks during the day, and then usually around this time, she or a little later, she'll come out of her space and kind of wander around the room and be out in the open and gets a little vocal. So that's been the pattern. She did eat quite well today. I was happy to see how much she ate today. It's the most she's eaten yet, which is really good. She's obviously not burning a lot of calories, you know, out hunting for food and that sort of thing. She's burning calories growing babies, but she's not. So I think actually I'm quite pleased with the amount she's eating, and she's drinking water. So I think all of that is encouraging. She's still not super comfortable. Sloane was definitely more comfortable, more confident at this point, but I'm hoping that we still have a couple of weeks left, and it would be great if I could trap her a companion, or B, she'll continue to get more confident that she's not going to get eaten at any given moment. So hoping that like she didn't eat that plate that you see in there now. It's funny, she's using a bowl of dirt as a pillow, very comfy. But that plate in there now had a whole can of food on it, and she ate pretty much the entire can. And she's eaten a bunch of the dry food also. But it seems like most of that happens overnight, and she lays low during the day. What else? Oh, I feel like there's been so much, and I probably don't even know half of what's going on. Okay. Oh, did Cyrus finally get... I know the internet is terrible upstairs, so it's hard to get Pip alert with his big ears. Yeah, so had you guys seen Cyrus this morning, you would be quite pleased with how much better he's looking. And I will be going in there next to take his temperature. The castle's not as exciting anymore. Okay. Boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go up there now. I wonder if I should drop off more smushy food. She's so comfy in her bowl of dirt with her dirt pillow. One of the other differences with Cisco versus Sloane is that Cisco spent most of her time on the other side of the colony, not in the forest. So it's kind of interesting. I'm not sure how familiar all the forest materials actually are to her, because she didn't spend a lot of time there. So certainly more familiar than my house, but it's hard to say how much that actually is helping, because I don't know. I don't know actually how much time she spent in the forest. So that's all interesting. Interesting to observe. Oh, I see someone's asking if Dr. F gave anything but eye drops. So they're getting eye ointment, antibiotic eye ointment, and also doxycycline, oral compounded antibiotic. So that should cover anything that's going on, any secondary infections that are going on, which can certainly happen once one thing hits the immune system. Then all the other little things that are lurking tend to seize the opportunity. So so that's basically, we're doing eye drops, doxycycline, and fluids, syringe feeding, lysine, and I think we're going to add Fortiflora, which is just a probiotic, tomorrow. So basically, he's getting everything he can possibly be getting that should help. And then I think that is good. Okay, I'm gonna go. You guys are so adorable. I need to take more pictures of you guys because you're growing so fast. Oh, you're so cute. Oh, you're so cute. Oh my goodness. Oh, I need some kitten hugs. So I'm just debating whether she looks pretty comfy right now. She likes to be wedged in those little spaces. I'm surprised she hasn't spent. She's been in the cabinet of solitude a couple times. Cisco has, but she doesn't stay very long. So it must be too big in there for her. She really seems to prefer these little tight wedge spaces. Which is fine, but I should probably start putting like towels in all of them just in case she decides to have babies in there. You're so cute. Oh my goodness. You're so cute. Okay. All right. I think I will throw another. I'll take the. I don't know. She looks pretty comfy right now. There's lots of food in there, lots of kibble and lots of water. I'm just debating the. Maybe I'll leave her for now. Since she did eat that fairly recently. I think the benefit of not going in there outweighs the potential that she might eat more canned food. She does seem to like the kibble also, and she does have plenty of that in there. So I think I'm just gonna leave it for now. Here's a tent. You guys have plenty of foods. How this view has been. Maybe not. Maybe that will be better. No sneezes. Alright, and toilet paper. I can't believe this toilet paper that I left in here. It's not been destroyed, but it hasn't been. Okay, and now I'm gonna go because I'm tired. So tired. Okay, nightlight. Put on nightlight on. Oh, now you want a hug, huh? Now that you see me leaving, I'm gonna get you some more food. Excuse me. What are you doing? Are you trying to restart Cisco's team? Are you? You're so cute. Oh, you're so cute. That is ready for round 2 already. That's so good. Okay. Good night for now. Little scamperoos. This bed gets moved all over the place. I'm excited about round 2. Alright, everybody. I will see you on the Cyrus camp.